Boom! Just like that, it's Thursday night. You know what that means? It's party time with the Video Bros. I'm Bobby Munson, the man beside me, the man with the angelic voice, Papa Smokes. Papa Smokes, how are you doing, brother?
That was a great one, Munson. Thanks for the awesome introduction. And I'm doing great tonight, Munson. I'm totally pumped for Thursday night, for Ring Respect Radio, for Ole Podcast, and for Trivia Night, baby.
Oh, yeah. We hopefully get some new people, new faces in here because, again, we've had a lot of new subscribers here at OLE Podcasts on the Video Bros Network and across the board. I want to thank each and every one of you that follows, and subscribes. Saying hello to our good friend in the chat, Mr. Ed Fries. Not able to participate tonight, but I'll be back next month. Everyone else, some answer, I'm sure, will be Jerry Lawler, Nick Bockwinkel, Eric Bischoff, and the Rockers. Well, Ed,
not bad.
Take me for a simple person when it comes to AWA answers, but I knew you little AWA, experts out there would be on to me. So I might have gone a little bit deeper, a little bit more difficult with this AWA challenge here tonight. So, Ed, you might have just put people down the wrong path, but we'll see in just moments here. As we say, also Ed saying he's going to see you next week, Pop Smokes, because again, for the very first time ever in Ring Respect Radio history, I'm not available, Pop Smokes. So we have lucky enough to have Ed Fries joining you next week. I believe we're going to try to hook up some sort of review of a independent wrestling show that might be available on YouTube. We'll look something up, allow the two of you to do some discussion next week. And you're in charge, Papa Smokes, here. You're leading the way. And we got Ed Fries filling in. He's going to help to push all the buttons and all the jazzy stuff in behind the scenes here. But we've got a temporary video bro joining next week on the show.
Looking forward to it. Anytime I get a chance to talk wrestling with Ed Fries, I'm happy about it. Munson, we might not even miss you. I'm just kidding. Of course we'll miss you, but we will do just fine. Ed and I'm looking forward to co-hosting with him. It's going to be fun.
You bet. And we also want to say hello to, not speaking of Video Bros, we can't go without this guy right here. Happy Thursday. Basser's in the house. Basser, how are you doing? Hopefully you're participating on the Twitch side, my friend, because I've already put you down. And this person right here, I hope you're pulling double duty, Dara. Hope you're pulling double duty because, again, you're still the reigning Twitch champion, as I see you over here on the YouTube side. But I'm quite okay with you wanting to go after double belts. If double belts are what you seek, then double belts you should. So go ahead and compete for both belts there, Dara. It's happened before. So I say go for it. What do you say, Pop Smokes?
Oh, I say go for it. And I was just thinking, we've had a lot of different champions, a lot of movement with the two belts. I was impressed last week with somewhat more of a newcomer to Trivia Night. The BDJ almost got it done on the Twitch side. Ooh-wee, watch out.
Well, again, we've got low participation on the Twitch side so far. So where's BDJ at here tonight, Pop Smokes? Hopefully swings in here just in time to get playing the game. We will get to trivia here in just a few moments as we're saying hello to a former trivia champ who might be looking to put that belt back over to the side of the fence. Bobby's in the house. Say Jedi Kai is going to defend her MLW Women's Featherweight Championship against Unagi Siaka at MLW War Chamber on March the 29th. Probably one of the more interesting matches I've seen scheduled for the War Chamber. I have zero interest in the War Chamber matches, Pop Smokes. I'm sure you heard me talking about this on Sunday. I've lost interest. I've completely lost interest.
And that's one of the big money pay-per-views for MLW. It's not good when your invested fans aren't interested in that. I'll tell you, man, we've talked about it a little bit. The interest is waning over the past year. Need to get it some more action and some more talent back there, MLW. Sticking with it for now, but we're on a tightrope at this point.
You bet. And then, unfortunately, they also announced that our boy Alex Kane there, Papa Smokes, has the unfortunate task of trying to make AJ Francis look like he matters inside of a ring at the War Chamber as well, too. I am not, for the first time ever, I'm not looking forward to an Alex Kane match.
Yeah, that's a top dollar, right?
Yeah, flopped all of himself.
Yeah, that's tough, man. That's kind of almost like trying to make what was that guy that was NWA champion recently?
Oh,
The
Tyrus.
Funkasaurus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. The complete of the stamina. What do you call it? Oh, charisma vacuum. That's what I was looking for. The charisma vacuum
yes,
Tyrus.
yes.
And there we go. The champ is here. The champ is on Twitch as well
Ah,
too. So there we go. Going for double
all
bills here
right.
tonight. Again, playing it risky. Basser, that means you got a challenge over there on the Twitch side, or we're going to have an uncontested champion over on Twitch. Everybody's afraid to go up against Dare Amazing on Twitch. I don't know what it's all about. But again, Bobby Stats is sticking in this thing, Papa Smokes. Bobby's determined to win that belt back here tonight. I know that's why Bobby's here. Aside from the great support that we get from Bobby on every single one of our shows here as well, too.
Always. Bobby's the best.
You bet. Zeta Steel interview with Astrid was great. It was great. And not only that, yes, but I believe it was it Fightful or which publication it was that picked up the comments that Zeta Steel made from that very interview and quoted things that Astrid brought up and what Zeta responded with, which was absolutely phenomenal for the Natural, who, you know, that was a legendary interview right there. It was just absolutely perfect. She asked all the right questions. Zeta had all the right answers. I think I'm more invested in Zeta Steel as a wrestler after watching this particular interview.
Oh, for sure. And Astrid's been killing it lately. And when a major wrestling publication picks up comments from your podcast, you know that you're legit. Astrid, you made it at this time. I got to give you one of these in salute.
There we go. So we got, okay, so here we go for trivia right now. It's Dara and Bobby over on the YouTube side and the Dara and Basser over on the Twitch side. We will see if anybody rolls in, but unfortunately, if they roll in, they're going to roll in a little bit late and they're going to be playing catch up because we got 8 questions. And again, as requested by Brian Carter himself. And where is the Brian, Papa Smokes? I don't see him. He's going to miss out here on his opportunity of a lifetime to get in on this. I almost feel like I should personally message Brian and see what's up. Maybe give him 2 minutes. You know what?
I think so.
I'm going to message Brian right now and give him an opportunity to hop in here on YouTube so we can have quite the match. In the meantime and in between time, what I do want to talk about, Papa Smokes, is the unleashing of heel Hammerstone upon TNA Wrestling. His rematch against Josh Alexander that I absolutely loved. I loved it for so many reasons. It was different. It felt different than their last match, and it didn't feel different in a bad way. It was still a very, very hard-hitting match between 2 excellent in-ring workers, but you could see the look in Hammer's eyes. You could tell as Hammer was going through the motions that there was something about to click, and I know we have seen heel Hammer back in the MLW days when he first started out. And there was that moment when he gets thrown towards the turnbuckles and babyface Hammer would stop and not hit the referee and let the referee get hurt in the middle there. But this Hammerstone started to hesitate and then had that to hell with it moment and took the referee out and turned his head with that sinister smile. And then he unleashed that kick right to the Manscaped midsection of Josh Alexander and ran amok on him, taking a victory. And now he's been blasting individuals on social media while he's at it too. In fact, one guy made a comment about TNA going to the 2300 arena saying, "Oh, hey, I bet all 900 fans are happy for you." And Hammer replied with, "Hey, aren't you just a useless, untrained backyard wrestler?" He goes trying to make fun of a pro wrestler who's traveling the world making 6 figures. And just laid into this guy for being an absolute mark. It was delightful. I am so happy for Hammerstone, and I want to know your thoughts on this situation.
Oh, well, first of all, I was happy to watch. I haven't watched the entire match, but I saw a bunch of highlights from Hammerstone versus Alexander. They had put on a barn burner last year sometime when the companies traded a little bit of talent, and then obviously the fans wanted to see this one again. Hammerstone coming in like a house on fire. And, you know, to my taste personally, I like Hammerstone as a babyface with that physique, with the blonde hair and the white pants and everything. and kind of a little bit of a Hulk Hogan feel to him a little bit. I like Hammerstone so much as a babyface, but you got to do what you got to do when you hire someone in your company. Do you need heels or do you need faces? And with Alexander being an ex-champion kicking around the top, they decided to pull the trigger on Alexander as I should say Alexander Hammerstone as a heel. Like he said, knows how to work the crowd, knows how to use those facial expressions, taking a look, taking his time, taking the cheap shot, and then, ooh, TNA fans, what do you think of the Nightmare Pendulum? He got Alexander, a smaller man than him, all the way up and all the way down. That is an impressive move, especially the first time you see it. I also watched Hammerstone's promo from after the match, and underrated is Hammerstone's promo ability. He's really got it down good. He can do those 3-minute ones quite well, and he did that exactly here. Introduced himself, explained what he just did to their ex-champion, explained what he was going to do to the rest of the TNA, gave everybody a glimpse into his future in the company, and thereby their futures in the company, which might be limited with this guy Bear now. Quite a spectacular entrance. Love it. Hope they do some good business with Alex Hammerstone. Hope to see him keep going up from there.
Well, and I like the fact that they're not just assuming that the entire TNA crowd, because a lot of them don't know who Alexander Hammerstone is. And the crazy part is that you're putting him in against a Canadian wrestler, and they were in Canada. So again, it doesn't matter who you put in that ring. Canada is going to cheer for the Canadian. It doesn't matter if they're the worst wrestler on the planet. Canada is cheering for the Canadian. So Hammerstone was in that situation where I think that being his first match officially signed to the roster in Canada, he was going to get that hate anyway. So if he's going to get that hate, and that's being broadcast to the world and the message you're trying to send out there, it might be best to go down the direction of a heel Hammerstone and build towards the baby face that he became in MLW, because that is why people liked him. They grew to respect what he was doing inside that ring, and they attached to it, which turned him into that baby face. And TNA could capitalize on some of that very same storytelling and inevitably have him conquer whatever heel champion, whether it be the unexplainably slow Moose or whoever they decide to have as their champion. And I don't know if anyone caught my recent short explaining about how Moose, when I compare a brick and a feather falling from the sky, Moose is the only brick on the planet that will fall slower than the feather did in his bumps. Oh my God. I can't explain it with this guy, Pop, so it's weird. And BDJ has made it into the house. He's going to be joining us for some trivia. So on the Twitch side, there we go. Hammerstone to PPW all a night long. We could go for that.
Hell yeah.
Sure. I could think of some great matches for Hammerstone to have with PPW roster members, including our current champion or our former champion would be excellent opponents to Alexander Hammerstone. Bobby saying Hammerstone, someone to watch in TNA. He sure as hell is, my man. Hope Jacob Fatu would sign to TNA like Hammerstone. That seeming less and less likely by the day and seeming more and more likely that he's going to be heading over to the WWE before we know it, once they can get all his records cleared up. I'm sure that a WrestleMania moment or whatever they decide to do has got to be just right around the corner there for Jacob Fatu. But we'll wait and see with where Jacob Fatu goes. If you want to catch him currently, Reality of Wrestling, Booker T side. Oh, Papa Smokes, I've messaged Brian Carter. I don't know if he's going to get the message, but if he has to start late, he has to start late. That is on him. He knew this was coming up, so we're going to do it. AWA Trivia Night here on WTF Do We Know About Wrestling? And again, next month, because we had another special request for trivia, sometime next month, don't know the date yet. It will be sometime next month. We're going to do MLW-themed trivia next month at the request of Mr. Bobby Stats. So, Bobby Stats, get your wish next month. Be prepared, my friend, because MLW is going to be the theme on WTF Do We Know About Wrestling Trivia Night. But it's all about the AWA tonight. Sorry, Bob Smokes, I interrupted you.
I was just going to say, Bobby's ready for some MLW trivia. He's going to do great in this one.
I'm going to have to be quite the trickster to try to beat Bobby on this very night. He's looking to take that title, and he's thrown down the challenge. So again, everybody, Brush up on your knowledge of MLW because Bobby Stats are going to be bringing his A triple plus game. But thinking of games, we got to get started with this one, but we got to run down the rules here for you. Here they are right on your screen. Rule number 1, as always, get Papa Smokes a beer. Number 2, we got to please refrain from looking up the answers. I know you can find them, but don't do it. Number 3, you will have exactly 60 seconds or less, depending on how quick everyone gets their answers in, to get those answers in. Rule number 4, each player is going to be entitled to one use of a repeat the question. In the case of an ad break over on the Twitch side, a pause will take place for the players to have that opportunity to hear each of the questions. But do warn me if an ad does pop up on the Twitch side, or feel free to give us a sub on Twitch. Get rid of those pesky ads. Number 5, each player is entitled to one challenge per game. If you think that my answer I provided is absolute complete bullshit and you want to call me on it, you get one per game, so use it wisely. However, if you challenge me and I rule in your favor, you will get your challenge back. But if you challenge me and I rule against it and we decide that you don't get the point, then your challenge is gone for the rest of the night. Number 6, cut chat promos, but be respectful. And last but not least, 7, keep it fun and intoxicated. And speaking of intoxicated, they might not be a sponsor, but damn, Papa Smokes, I've got my new drink of choice. These old Lays, these, tequila-based drinks that they have come up with. I absolutely love these things. It's probably why I'm stuttering over my words already. I'm pouring the tequilas down the old gullet here on Ring Respect Radio tonight.
Nice, kind of a mixed drink little thing. What is it, tequila and some sort of fruit juice or what?
So this one here is called Paloma, and it is tequila and something. Not sure on that one, but then I've got, as backup, because it's a full hour show, I got the margarita version. And then I've got my absolute favorite version, which is a sweet chili mango.
What?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
They are. They come in a pack of 8. There's actually another one. I think it's Tequila Sunrise is the other one as well, too. Also very good, but yet as good as it is, still my least favorite of the pack of 4. So I always keep these 3 for the last option of the night. But yeah, down to my final 3 here. We're going to make them count here tonight as we're going over to the questions. BDJ, Ole on Ole. Yeah, get those guys to sponsor us right here. I drink Ole. I know Bellball drinks Ole. I'm sure a few others here are opposed to drinking some Oles, and we would happily play Ole commercials all day here on Ole. Oh, God, that's too many A's here on the channel. They're starting to sound too Canadian as it is. So here we go. We're going AWA. Ole. Here we go. Now I
AWA.
AWA. Too many A's. All those A's. Now we're going to look at this. We're making Bobby laugh. We must be doing something right. Either that or I'm just incredibly drunk. But here we go with the questions. Question number 1. Which of the following cities did the AWA not run shows in? Was it A, Winnipeg, B, The Paw, C, Omaha, or D, Phoenix? Your time starts now. Papa Smokes, I don't even know if I need to ask, but I'm 100% certain you know the answer to this question.
Yeah, I think so. You have to say which town they didn't run. Is that the question?
Yes. Which one didn't they run?
Yeah. Well, I think so. They did some pretty small towns in Manitoba, I got to say. I'm not completely sure, but...
Okay. We'll see as the answers are starting to roll in. We got BDJ's answer. We got Dare Amazing's answer. We got Bobby's answer. I know Dare Amazing might just hop on over to the YouTube side and throw an answer in there as well, too. Waiting to see if we get one for Bass, or not sure if Bass is getting in on this action. I'm going to give you another 10 seconds if you want to answer over on the YouTube side there, Dare Amazing. All right, we're going 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's going to be it. So answers are in. Bobby's the only... I'll call it the nick of time. The nick of time. The answer comes in from Dare Amazing over on the YouTube side. Okay, we're going to count it. We're going to count it because there is a delay between YouTube actually putting it in and hitting the StreamYard section, so we will count it. Papa Smokes, I'm going to you first, though. I know where you're humming and hawing, but I want to know what your thought is. Which one didn't they run shows in?
Okay, I'm going to guess that they didn't make it all the way up to the Paw, Manitoba, but I don't know that for sure. They might have.
And if they did, I couldn't find any record of it. And that's why I picked the Paw, Manitoba. I knew that they had done a lot of Manitoba towns, and I figured throwing that one in might be a little bit of a curveball. But yes, you are correct. The Paw, Manitoba. They did run shows regularly in Winnipeg, Omaha, and Phoenix. So those three are cities that the AWA was in. So the Paul would not count, but that means that the only person getting a point will be Dare Amazing over on the YouTube side with answer B on that one. So Dare Amazing picking up a point on YouTube, but not on Twitch. Going for the double answers there, covering a couple of the grounds, a 50% chance of success for Dare Amazing, the champ over on Twitch.
I remember when they ran Dauphin, Manitoba, which is up on the way to the Paw, and Jesse Ventura said, "Dauphin, I'm not playing any town named after some smelly fish."
that sounds like a Jesse Ventura thing for sure. Darn LOL. Hey, you got a point there. You're the only one who got a point there, Dare Amazing. So BDJ, my wife is from the Paw. Yeah, the Paw. Look it up. It's a place here or out in Manitoba, and again, it's far up north, so it's a tough town to get to if you're running wrestling programs.
Well, it's even further up than Flin Flon, eh?
Further than Flin Flon. I like it. Here we go. There's another clip for tonight's show. We're gonna have a whole bounty of them coming out of this one. Question number 2, because we want to put some extra points on the board. In the 30 years the AWA, they only ever ran one pay-per-view event. What was that event called? Was it A, Super Clash 3, B, Super Sunday, C, Wrestle Rock 86, or D, AWA Classic? Your time starts now. Papa Smokes, I guarantee you've got this one down packed. I'm sure that you and your brothers sat around watching this one live on pay-per-view back in the day.
Yeah, I think probably. I don't know if we ordered it. We might have watched it in a bar or something, and this was on their way down. They got into pay-per-view a little later than they should have, I think.
You bet. And in fact, a lot of people saying that this, because of low buy rates and the lack of success of it, was one of the turning points and the downfalls of the AWA at that point in time.
Yeah, they would have lost a whole lot of money on this because it was I don't want to give away the answer. Yeah.
For sure. We'll get to that in just a moment. I see that we've got just about everybody in here. They're amazing on both sides. Bobby on the YouTube side. BDJ over on the Twitch. In fact, yeah, we might have all we need here. So we're going to call it. We're going to call it right there. And that's the answers in Papa Smokes. Let them have it. What is the answer to this question?
It's Wrestle Rock, isn't it?
Oh, Papa Smokes, I zinged you on that one. It's actually Super Clash 3 is the answer to that one.
Come on.
You want to check?
Wrestle Rock? No, Wrestle Rock wasn't a pay-per-view because that was the country music concert / wrestling show.
Yeah, that's right. That Super Clash 3 was listed as the only AWA pay-per-view in the history of the company, and having bad buy rates did not do very well. And I see that we have a lot of A's across the board. Hey, right across the board, except for Bobby Stats. It looks like Bobby was on the side of Super Sunday on that one, but unfortunately, Bobby, no point there. But they're amazing, picking up a point both on the Twitch side and on the YouTube side. And BDJ picking up a point, keeping things interesting with the champ over on Twitch. So we got a one-on-one point matchup over there. Well, we've got Dare Amazing sitting with a 2-0 lead over Bobby Stats over on the YouTube side. So we're going to see how this one pans out. Question number 3 of the night. Call this a deep cut if you want, but Hard-Boiled Haggerty. You know that name, Pops, folks.
Yeah.
Three-time AWA Tag Team Champion. 3 different tag team partners when he held that title. Which one of the following names was not one of those 3 partners? Was it A, Lenny Montana, B, Gene Kaniski, C, Dale Lewis, or D, Bob Geigel? Your time starts now. Papa
Which
Smokes.
one of those guys wasn't his partner when he was champion?
That's right. Yeah. The
Okay.
other three options were, one of them wasn't. Let me know
You're
who
killing
wasn't.
me, Munson. Who the hell is Lenny Montana?
Who the hell is Lenny Montana? He says, hey, we wanted to go AWA and I had to go deep cuts because I know the fandom here.
All right. This is like the 50s or the 60s or something. Okay. We can work with this.
Look at Mick Wiggin jumping into the chat. All of a sudden, we got a party over on
right.
YouTube. Mick Wiggin puts in an answer. So Mick Wiggin has got an answer down, and we're going to count that as part of that. They're amazing. BDJ getting answers in. Bobby, we're good across the board, I believe. So we're going to call it on that one. Papa Smokes, your best guess at who was not a tag team partner and a tag team champion, along with Hard-Boiled Haggerty.
I'm going with former Olympic wrestler Dale Lewis.
Oh, Papa Smokes, give it to you. You get a point on that one. It was Dale Lewis. C is the answer to this one. And would you look at that? Jumps in the chat at the nick of time. And this fellow right here. Let's get on the board, fellas. Mick Wiggins just made it a contest over on the YouTube side because Dara Mason misses. And Mick Wiggin lands with that one. It's now 2 for Dara Amazing on YouTube. 1 for Mick Wiggin over there. 0. Bobby Stats still looking to get on the board, but he'll get there. We know you'll get there, Bobby. And then over on the Twitch side of things, Dara Amazing and BDJ still tied at 1 apiece. And of course, get in there, Papa Smokes. Papa Smokes is answering, but Papa Smokes is the forever champion. So we can't, we're not going to award him the monikers of the champions here on Twitch and YouTube.
Good to see you in here, McGuigan. Hey, Munson, how much have you been enjoying Boris Vision these days? Some very entertaining videos.
Very, very entertaining videos. I love them, especially the recent one outside of the Cosmos Senior Center here in Saskatoon. Wasn't quite reading the poster correctly, but still a smile on his face and a skip in his step. He's still a happy fella.
But there's one since then, too, where he covers the highlights of the entire Love is Dead show, if you've seen that one.
I haven't got around to watching it just yet, but yeah.
Oh, hilarious. You're going to like that a lot.
Definitely going to tune into that, but everybody make sure to go do that. Go throw a sub the way of Mick Wiggin over on YouTube. Appreciate it, lads. Loads of fun. You are loads of fun, my friend, and I will check out that latest video as well, too. But we are going over to question number 4 because we got 8 questions to get through before the end of the night here, Pop Smokes. Question number 4. Hulk Hogan and which other former AWA champion have the same distinction of only one recognized AWA World Championship run that only lasted a total of 6 days? And your choices are A, Mighty Igor Vedich, B, Fritz von Erich, C, Mr. Wrestling, or D, Dick the Bruiser. Your time starts now.
That's a good one, too.
Yeah. It's a little bit more modern. I figured I'd bring it up to the 80s here for us on this one.
Yeah.
But yes, goodness me. Oh, and look who he said he wasn't participating, but he's come in here with an answer. He's just had too much. He's sitting on the sidelines. He's coming in here. He wants to participate.
It's like I know the answer to these. Yeah.
And we got some answers flying in. It seems pretty unanimous across the board what everybody is thinking here, Papa Smokes. So, hold on. He's not just popping answers in. He knows them. Run us down the answers again, will you, Mr. Munson? You got it. That is your repeat. Hulk Hogan and which other former AWA champion have the same distinction of only one run as the AWA champion that lasted 6 days? Was it Mighty Igor Vodich, B, Fritz von Erich, C, Mr. Wrestling, or D, Dick the Bruiser? I'll give you a few more seconds there, Mick Wiggin, to provide me an answer. We've got answers across the board from everybody else, and we're going to be going to Papa Smokes here shortly to find out the actual answer. I'm sure Papa Smokes has this one in the bag. He knows every AWA champion, every run, every stat there ever was.
Don't say that quite yet, Muncie.
I guess we will find out very soon. Mick Wigan. This, I'll let it slide. I won't repeat it, but I'll let it slide. Funny, brother. But yes, Pop Smokes, we're gonna say everybody's answers are in. What is your answer on this one? Who was the one to hold that same terrible run as Hulk Hogan?
I'm gonna go with McGuigan here. I think it's Dick the Bruiser.
All right, and you and McWigan would be the only incorrect individuals in this contest. What? Yes, the answer to this one was actually Mr. Wrestling, who also has one recognized AWA World Championship run lasting only a matter of 6 days, and everybody else picked C. Everybody else is picking up a point. That means we got Dare Amazing with 3 over on the YouTube side. Bobby Stats on the board. Bobby getting a point there as well, too. Ed picking up a point over on the YouTube side. So Dare Amazing and BDJ still tied at 2 apiece over on the Twitch side of things. Dare Amazing holds a very commanding lead at the moment over on YouTube with 3 points. Bobby Stats, Mick Wigan, and Ed Fry's all on the board with 1, looking to chase down that championship over on the YouTube side. We're halfway there. 4 questions in, 4 more to go. And I didn't write a tiebreaker question, so hopefully we get this cleared up before the end, or I'm going to have to come up with something on the spot, or I'm going to have to throw it your way to ask a question, Pops, folks. But, yeah, Dare Amazing, yeah, get excited. Get excited, champ. You could walk away with both belts by the end of the night, or both imaginary, moniker belts that we've come up with. Some clever chatters, very clever chatters in here, McWigan. We have fun on these nights here. So next month we're doing the MLW one, so stay tuned for that as well too. That's where I know former champ Bobby Stats is going to be the one to watch out for that very night. So
Bobby's revenge.
Yeah, they will be Bobby's revenge, but we'll see if I can get some deep cuts on the MLW side for Mr. Bobby Stats. But here we go. Question number 5 in the world of AWA. Which wrestler has the most reigns as the AWA Women's Champion? Is it A, Candy Divine, B, Sherry Martel, C, Medusa, or D, Vivian Vachon? Your time starts right now. Papa Smokes, any guesses? I know I don't want you to answer just yet, but is something clicking that you might have this one figured out?
Well, it's definitely one of those.
That you are correct, sir. Definitely so. And I'm seeing some answers coming in here from the chat. We got Ed coming in, Dare Amazing coming in on both sides. Bobby's got an answer in here. Still waiting on Mick Wigan. And BDJ now providing an answer. Very, very much a lot of people picking the same one here. I'm very curious to find out what Papa Smokes thinks. But I think we might pretty much be wrapping it up. Just waiting on you, Mick Wigan. A, B, C, or D, my friend. Come on in. Let us know which one you're going to roll with. Candy Divine, Sherry Martel, Medusa, or Vivian Vachon. I'm going to give you about another 10 seconds here to get that answer in. We're going to go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I held it long enough. It didn't even pop up on YouTube on this side of things. So, Mick Wigan, I can't let you in on this one here, my friend, unfortunately. But everybody else who answered does get in on this particular question. Papa Smokes, your best guess. Who has had the most championship runs with the AWA Women's Championship?
Well, it's slightly muddy water because in the original days of the AWA, they used to just recognize Moolah's ladies champion that was like a world champion that traveled all around the continent. It was only not until the late 70s or the 80s that the AWA got their own championship. So I'm assuming you just mean that belt. Therefore, I'm going with my homegirl, Sherry Martel.
You would be close, but you would be just about as far away as the rest of the chat. Nobody getting this answer correctly, so no points to be awarded. It's actually Candy Divine. And here's the thing. Candy Divine and Sherry Martel had that heated rivalry where that belt went back and forth a few times between them. So Candy Divine has a total of 4 runs with the championship and Sherry Martel with 3. So that was where that played in. So Candy Divine would have been the answer. I can't give out any points on this one. I stumped y'all.
The girl's called Candy Chops because she had a little bit of an overbite or whatever, and the prominent teeth, they called her Chops.
Yeah, Candy Divine was a great, the whole list of those women's wrestlers right there, Pop Smokes, defined what women's wrestling is all about. They were fantastic at what they did.
No, and they fought back in the day to get any kind of spot on the card whatsoever. They had to ride with the guys. They had to room with the guys. It was the Wild West back then. Any of those girls that made it through that, I had to.
You bet. Well, you know what? We're not done with the women's side of things of AWA because this next question plays right into it and plays right into that whole thing you were talking about them recognizing their own belt, Papa Smoke. So here it is.
Mm-hmm.
Mildred Burke lost the NWA Women's World Championship, which was still recognized as the AWA Women's Championship after the AWA split from the NWA in 1960. The reign lasted 2,563 days for the person who defeated Mildred Burke.
Oh.
Who was the wrestler that defeated her and had that record run as the champion? Was it A, Penny Banner, B, Kay Noble, C, Vivian Vachon, or D, June Byers? Your time starts now. And as we think about this one, ponder this one, it's Astrid Pizarro up in the chat. And again, we gave her one of these earlier, Papa Smokes, as we were talking about that wonderful edition of Astrid Asks there, where she interviewed the wonderful Real Deal Zeta Steele. Excellent, excellent job. Bobby saying hello, Astrid. Again, I'm stumbling over my words. It's because these old lays are kicking my ass, Papa Smokes. It's party time Thursday, and I'm loving it. We got answers coming in from the crowd. We got a mixed bag this time around. So,
can we hear those the contenders once again?
Once again, for you, Papa Smokes, the options are A, Penny Banner, B, Kay Noble, C, Vivian Vachon, or D, June Byers. Apparently, Tony Storm is still champion, though. Are you okay? So Mildred Burke didn't lose it. Yeah,
that'll be Storm's next opponent. Will be Mildred Burke. They can put the whole thing in black and white.
Ed, you might say that your comment there, sir, was rather timeless. And yes, you are welcome, Astrid, as she says hello to Bobby Stats. And we're going to call it on that one. Hold on, Hoyer. We got BDJ's in, Dara Mazing's in on both, Bobby's in, Ed's in. We seem to have lost McWiggin altogether. I don't know if McWiggins getting an answer in, but I'm going to have to call it in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Boom, that's it. Papa Smokes, hit him with it. Who are you guessing on this one?
It is letter D, June Byers.
Oh, Papa Smokes! Right out of the goddamn park with that one. It is June Byers. D is the correct answer, which means that both Ed and Bobby picking up points on the YouTube side of the fence here with this one. And now we've got a match over on YouTube. We're still tied on the Twitch side, 2 apiece for both BDJ and Dara Mazing. But now over on YouTube, Dara Mazing 3-point lead, not looking quite as strong as Bobby Stats and Ed Fry's now picking up 2 each. Keeping this thing quite alive. Isn't Mildred Burke the one Timeless Tony Storm is based off of? I haven't really paid enough attention to Timeless Tony Storm lately to pick up on the subtleties that might say yes or no to that question. But Ed, you are a wrestling aficionado, my friend, and I trust in what you believe, typically. So I'll go with you on that. Sure. I believe you, Ed. You are well versed in your knowledge of professional wrestling, and I trust that you know what you're talking about. Uh-oh. Either I've lost my audio or Papa Smokes is clipping out here. I can't tell. Hold on, chat. I got to ask you, chat, is that me that we can't hear, or is Papa Smokes cutting out at the moment? Let me know ASAP so we... Yeah, something's going on here for sure. I don't know if it's my headset or chat. Can we let me know? Obviously, it must be me, I'm guessing. Oh, Astrid saying she can hear me. All right. Sounds like Papa Smokes, we might have lost your audio here at the moment. Try it again. Yeah, you are cutting out there, Papa Smokes, the audio. Do you want to just drop out, come back right back in, and just let us know here? And we got Trip Washingbeard over here saying Papa is cutting out for us. They can hear me. So Papa Smokes, just drop out real quickly and come back in, and we'll get rolling here. So we will give Papa Smokes just a moment here to hop back in so that we can get rolling with the next question. Again, we got 2 more questions in this trivia night to try to decide who's going to walk away the YouTube chat champion and the Twitch chat champion here tonight. Again, almost absolutely uncontested over on the Twitch side. Hey, Papa Smokes, are you with us?
All right, can you hear me?
We can hear him. Yes. All right, we got Papa Smokes back live with us here on the chat. So now we can get down and to the final 2 questions, see if we can clear this up, if we can get this going. And yes, the angelic voice is back. Papa Smokes. There it goes. Yes, that's right. I am tied on Twitch. BDJ, you are tied on Twitch, my friend. You gotta swing one out of the park here, see if you could overthrow things, but it's not going to be easy because, again, Dare Amazing looking to retain again, making it almost impossible for anybody to top Dare Amazing over on Twitch.
I apologize. You're cutting out here, Munson. You got allergies or something, or are you just drinking too much?
Oh, a little of both. A little from column A, a little from column B. That is the thing here. But it's Thursday. We can do whatever we want.
Absolutely.
Okay. So how about 2 more questions? Because I like asking questions. All right, here we go. Getting on over to this one. How many times was Vern Gagne the AWA World Champion? Was it A7, B8, C9, or D10? Figure that one out,
people, that much?
Time starts right now.
Jesus, there was that many? I was going to say, is it 3 or 4? Good Lord. Really? Yeah. And some of those were long, too. It's good to be the boss and the booker at the same time, right? You just make yourself champion.
It really is, yeah. We got answers flying in here. We got Ed's answer. We got Dare Amazing's answer over on Twitch. We got Bobby's answer. They're amazing on YouTube. BDJ over on the Twitch side of things. I think that's just about everyone because we seem to have lost McWiggin here. Unless we get another answer here. Again, Trip Washingbeard. I mean, there's only 2 options left to go. You can try to get a couple of points. It won't be enough to overthrow the YouTube side, but you're still welcome to give an answer there, my friend, if you wish to do so. But we are going to end this one here in 10, 9, 8. Okay, Trip got in there. We're gonna add Trip to the list to see if Trip can make some headway here, at least to see if we can put a dent in the direction to go for the title. So we're gonna call it a day on this one, Pop Smokes. What is your best guess of how many times Vern Gagne held the AWA World Championship?
I'm gonna make the very educated guess of 8.
That's a very educated guess, but unfortunately not correct, Papa Smokes, as the answer D, or as Trip Washingbeard came in at the last second, it said 10 times out of. So 10 times was Vern Gagne's amount of times as the AWA World Champion. So everybody who answered D gets a point. That means that Dare Amazing, BDJ both tied at 3 going into the final question over to the Twitch side. They're amazing with 4 on the YouTube side. Bobby Stats with 3 on YouTube. Ed Fries with 3 on YouTube. And Trip down with 1 on YouTube. We're going into the last question. We may be forced into some tiebreaker moments here on YouTube side of things. If Dare Amazing gets this next one correct on YouTube, will become the new YouTube chat champion. Again, on the Twitch side of things, a completely different story. Dare Amazing not only has to get it right, but Dare Amazing has to hope the BDJ does not knock this one out of the park. So the 10th and final question, and then you buggers are going to put me into overtime of having to figure out how to come up with a tiebreaker here. But Dare Amazing, you are eligible to be double champion here, so I'm sure you're happy you got in here. Oi, 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 it's that candidate, Mr. Andre. Andre is going to be joining Auntie Collins live for the Honor Ramble, following us here very, very shortly. We will do our best to wrap up in a few moments here, Andre, so that yourself and Collins can go live with the Honor Ramble. Man, they're kicking ass and taking names over on the Honor Ramble lately. Some amazing, funny moments coming out of that show, and I can't wait to see what Andre brings to the table here tonight working with Auntie Collins.
Awesome. Loving our Ole podcast mates. Great show. I've checked out some bits and pieces of it. I'm anxious to watch more.
It'll be a fun one. And again, I'm going to be joined by that Canada dude, Mr. Andre C., along with Alex, that Ecto guy, who's been a guest on a show that Andre did here talking about the Flash movie and used to work with us over at Love Wrestling. Alex is going to be joining myself and Andre on Monday, March the 25th for our live review of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. So who are you going to call? You're going to call Ole to find out what goes down in the fourth installment of this version of the Ghostbusters series. And I'll say this version of the Ghostbusters series because this one falls in the same universe as the original two. So yes, we will call it as it is. It is the fourth installment in that particular series. And yes, I ain't afraid of no Ghost Astrid, even when you put them in emoji mode. Hey, I'm glad to join you on Sunday for the... Yes, that's right. That's right. This Sunday is the MLW. What is it? It happened one night in New York, or what happens in New York should have stayed in New York, as the MLW kind of goes lately. I don't know. It's something along those lines, but Andre and I are going to be watching it on Point of View this Sunday, so stay tuned for that. Yes, we are going to be calling Ghostbusters. Yes, we're going to be calling on them as we go to check it out in theaters March the 22nd that weekend, and then come back here on March the 25th to give you all the deets about how it went. Is this trivia or Bobby and Ebert? Well, on Monday the 25th, you could call it what it is. It could be Bobby Ebert and Siskel while we're at it. It doesn't matter, but right now we will get to number 10 for you, Mr. Impatient BDJ, just so you
can get your
title.
Oh, he wants his title. He's looking to win here. He's got to topple Dare Amazing first.
That's a tough mountain to topple. Dare Amazing's been holding strong there on Twitch, and I fear for the YouTube side, if Dare Amazing holds double belts, that might be a difficult task to dethrone the double champion moving forward, but we shall see. Question number 8 for you trivia masters. The AWA used to require a 6-week notice when talents departed the company so that they could wrap up storylines, change champions if need be. However, when multiple people left simultaneously for the WWF, there was only one talent at the time that saw out the 6 weeks instead of taking the big payoff from the WWF to cheat the AWA out of their talent. Who was this person? Was it A, Ken Patera, B, Bobby Heenan, C, Hulk Hogan, or D, Mean Gene Okerlund? Your time starts now. I hope that this one does it. I hope that we can crown some champions here, Pop Smokes, but I applaud the crowd for making this a tough battle either way. I mean, if they're going to force my hand to go to a tiebreaker, then good on them.
Oh, Munson, you're making such challenging questions here, too. A lot of them, some of the various answers sound like they could be correct, too. You're really structuring these good. I'm going to have to guess on this last one, too, just based on who I think might have had the most loyalty to Vern at the time.
There we go. All right. I got an idea for what we're going to have to do for a tiebreaker if it does come down to that. But I do see, and I can tell you right now that we have our answers on the Twitch side of things. We have our answers on the YouTube side of things. And we will see, because we have differing opinions on Twitch. So whether or not both are wrong, or one is right and the other is wrong, is yet to be seen. We'll get to that in just a moment, as we're going to call it on this one in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Answers are locked. And Papa Smokes, what is your best guess on this one?
Well, I'm pretty sure it wasn't Hogan and Okerlund because they took off together like their asses were on fire. So I'm going to go with Big Kenny Patera, baby.
You went with Kenny Patera, and we got Bobby Stats, who said Mean Gene Okerlund. We got Ed Fries, who said Bobby Heenan. We got Dara Amazing, who also said Bobby Heenan. And BDJ went with Hulk Hogan. And you were right about it not being Hulk Hogan and Mean Gene Okerlund. But the true answer was B. That was Bobby Heenan who saw that out, which means, with that said, we are going to say congratulations to the new YouTube chat champion of the world and still Twitch chat champion of the world, the new double champ, Dara Amazing. Congratulations, champ.
Wow.
Both double champ. Well played. They're amazing seeing it out with 5 points over on that side of the fence. Ed gave a good run for his money with 4. And I got to say, BDJ keeps getting closer and closer.
Oh, man.
One of these days, BDJ, you will topple one of these great trivia masters here in the chat and be able to take the belt. But unfortunately, it wasn't tonight as we say congratulations to Dara on the double championship win. Congrats, Dara. I think I would have had you had I not missed the first 3. That's debatable. Ed came in and got a lot of points very quickly. So, got to say, but I am going to say right now, MLW is next month for the chat, for the championship here, the trivia shit. April, let's look at the clock. We got April 4th, 11th, 18th, 20th. The 18th are going to be our show that we're going to do that's going to kind of wind into doing PPW. And we've already talked to someone who might be joining us again on Ring Respect Radio that night. Papa spoke, someone who joined us around a similar time last year. So we might make it an interesting throwback to 1 year ago here on the chat on the 18th. Yeah, we might do some little chatting, but we'll see how it goes. But yes, we're going to be talking about the April 20th show for PPW on the 18th. So I'm looking at the calendar thinking, let's give them a little bit more time to allow this to sink in. On the 25th of April, that is when we are going to be doing the MLW-themed version of WTF Do We Know About Wrestling. So, Bobby Stats, you got your wish, my friend. You're going to be able to have that opportunity. The champ being very respectful. Thanking Bobby. Thanking everybody here tonight. I could go on a revenge tour like Liv Morgan. Yeah, well, you're going to go on a revenge tour. That MLW is your chance, Bobby. So you want to dethrone the champ, Dara Amazing, on YouTube. That is going to be your chance, my friend. But I will
watch out for Bobby
for you.
Yeah, watch out for Bobby that night. He's a student of MLW for sure.
Certainly is, but we will get there at the end of April, and we've got a lot of great stuff coming up next week. As I mentioned, Ed Fry is going to be joining Papa Spokes here on Ring Respect Radio as I will be out of town and unavailable, so stay tuned for that. That is going to be an excellent show. And then 1 week after that, on Thursday, March the 28th, Papa Spokes, by popular demand of our a trip through the territory series, which has taken off even better than I had hoped with our special guest, Rachel Ling, joining us last time out. And now Rachel has set us up with the interview of all interviews to a point where we had to make a part 2 to the Calgary Stampede trip through the territories, because we're going to be joined here on Thursday, March the 28th by our very esteemed guest, Mr. Ross Hart. So make sure you get your questions in for Ross Hart on Thursday, March the 28th, live here on YouTube and Twitch. Bob Smokes, that's going to be on the 28th. But in the meantime and in between time, let's make this show cost a little bit more money as we put the most expensive ticker in the business right up on the screen. Let them know where they can find you.
Open up that pocketbook, Munson. I want my ticker running down there, but I'll give it to you verbally for anybody that's listening. Papa Smokes can be found at Elon Musk's free speech wonderland, formerly known as Twitter, now known as X. I am at Smokes_Papa. You can also look me up on Twitch at Papa_Smokes_.
Absolutely fantastic. Watch out for Papa Smokes on there. And there you go. You can find myself at Real Bobby Munson across most the channels, Instagram and Threads at Video Bros SK. And then, of course, my personal Twitch is Video Bro _ Bobby Munson. Other than that, you can find me all over the place on OLE Podcast. You'll find me here this Sunday, joined by that Canada dude, Andre C., as we're doing the MLW watch along to the tapings from the New York show that just recently happened. And then again, I will be taking a little bit of a sabbatical for most of next week, I guess. I won't be back until the following Sunday when I come out here with you guys. But I'm also going to be doing a taping here of Killer Cuts coming up this weekend. That'll be coming out for you guys during the week. It's going to be myself and Astrid Pizarro talking about the news about Scream 7, as well as bringing you our reactions to the trailers for the remake of the Crow movie, as well as the Strangers Chapter 1 trailer that recently came out as well, too. So stay tuned for both of those. We thank you very much for joining us here on Ring Respect Radio. Make sure to stick around the channels and go and check out the Honor Ramble. It is going to be going on in just a few moments. We appreciate all of you. We will see you soon. Take care, everybody.